Gervonta Davis, or as everyone knows him, Tank, has been making people talk with his training videos lately. He's been posting clips of himself self-training, and it's hard to look away. One fighter who couldn't stay quiet about Tank's videos is Frank Martin. Martin knows what it feels like to stand in the ring with Tank.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9th?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look.
Back in June, Martin challenged Tank for the WBA lightweight title. It was a big night with everyone wondering if Martin could do what no one else had done, beat Tank. For 7 rounds, Martin gave it everything he had.
Oh, and just watch all the shots, because he got them shots that if you don't see him, he can get you out, and he's sneaky with it. He can take a punch, he can give a punch too. So it's just like
he moved, he punched, he tried to find a way to stop Tank, but in the 8th round, Tank showed why he's so dangerous. He landed a perfect punch that ended the fight. Just like that, it was over. And now he seems even more dangerous preparing for Lamont Roach. Reacting to Tank's training footage, Martin spoke about Tank's power in an interview with Fight Hub TV. He kept it simple, he's got power, Martin said. But he didn't stop there. He explained that Tank's power isn't just about hitting hard, it's about hitting smart. He knows how to land that shot, Martin added. He's accurate, and he knows how to hit guys right on the button coming from someone who just felt that power. Martin's words mean a lot.
As you see here, Gervonta Tank Davis was training extremely hard in preparation for his March 1st showdown with WBA super featherweight world champion star boxer Lamont.
Tank's power isn't just what makes him special, it's the way he fights. He knows exactly when to throw a punch and where to land it. It's like he's always one step ahead of his opponents. Fans see it in his fights, and now they see it in his training videos too. The way he works out shows why he's so good. He doesn't just punch hard, he punches with precision, and that's what makes him one of the best in the world.
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds, but I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head.
Tank's record speaks for itself. He's had 30 fights and won all of them. Out of those, 28 were knockouts. That means most of the people who step into the ring with him don't last until the end. He's also been on an incredible streak with 4 of his last 5 wins coming by knockout. Every time he steps into the ring, fans know they're about to see something special. Now, Tank is getting ready for his next fight. He'll defend his WBA lightweight title on March 1st, 2025, against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
There's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the 2nd time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Riot.
There's something else people are talking about Tank's future. He's been saying he might retire by the end of 2025. It's hard to imagine him walking away, especially when he's still at the top of his game. Fans don't want to believe it, and some think he's just teasing. But what if he's serious? A fighter like Tank leaving boxing would be huge.
A Christmas wish list, 3 names that you want 2025.
I won't say.
In between all this, the fight between Tank and Roach is officially back on for March 1st, and fans are wondering if it was ever really off. Earlier, Tank shocked everyone by posting on social media that the fight was canceled. That single word sent waves across the boxing world. People started speculating about what went wrong and why Tank would call off his big night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. But now it seems like it was all just noise. Leonard Ellerby, former CEO of Mayweather Promotions and still very much in the loop with Tank's career, cleared up the confusion when he said, "See you in New York." This one line confirmed that the fight is still happening. So why did Tank say the fight was canceled? That's the big question. Was it just a way to grab attention? Tank has been known to stir the pot on social media, and this could be another case of him doing just that. Maybe he wanted to get people talking about his fight with Roach, especially since many fans haven't been too excited about this matchup. The fight has been criticized as a mismatch, with some saying Roach doesn't stand a chance against Tank. Perhaps Tank felt the need to shift the narrative and get everyone focused on him again. If the goal was attention, it worked. The boxing world erupted after Tank's post. Some fans were frustrated, while others were confused. People started asking questions about what could have happened behind the scenes. Was it about money? Tank is used to earning big paychecks for his fights, and it's no secret that Lamont Roach isn't exactly a big name in boxing. Roach's resume doesn't scream blockbuster opponent. He's a solid fighter, sure, but he hasn't beaten anyone notable in his career. His most significant fight was against Jamal Herring in 2019, and he lost that one by unanimous decision. Fighting someone like Roach might not have felt worth it to Tank, at least financially.
When the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumped. I'ma beat his ass.
He can't
y'all
do
talking.
shit with. I
For
don't give
real.
a fuck.
So y'all better be quiet.
There's also the issue of Tank's reputation. For years, critics have accused him of avoiding the top names in the lightweight division. They say he only takes fights where he's the heavy favorite and never challenges himself with a 50/50 matchup. This criticism hasn't gone away. And some believe it's the reason why Tank isn't as popular as he could be. Sure, he's undefeated with a record of 30 wins and 28 knockouts, but fans want to see him in the ring with opponents who can truly test him. Facing Lamont Roach doesn't fit that bill.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog and he want to prove his skill.
Still, the fight is happening. Despite the drama, Tank will step into the ring on March 1st to defend his WBA lightweight title. Herb's confirmation put an end to the cancellation rumors, but it didn't stop the questions. Why didn't someone from Premier Boxing Champions, the promotional company involved, step in sooner to clear things up? That silence only added fuel to the fire and made people believe the fight was really off. It seems like this whole situation could have been avoided with a simple statement from the right people. What's also unclear is what Tank's canceled post means for his relationship with the people managing his career. Was he frustrated with the promotion? Did something happen behind the scenes to upset him?
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubted himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So
it's not the first time Tank has had issues with those in charge, and fans can't help but wonder if there's more to the story. If this was a money issue, it wouldn't be surprising. Tank has fought tougher opponents in recent years, and he's probably expecting the same kind of payday he got for those fights. Facing someone like Roach might not feel like it's worth the same amount, even if he's defending his title. Another theory floating around is that Tank might just be feeling the pressure. He's hinted at retiring by the end of 2025, and that's not far away. Every fight he takes now is under the microscope, with fans expecting big things.
I'ma beat his ass if y'all talking. For real. So y'all better be quiet.
A matchup against Roach doesn't carry the same weight as a fight against one of the top lightweights, and Tank might be feeling the heat from all the criticism. Maybe the cancel post was his way of pushing back against those expectations, even if only for a moment. On top of all that, the latest news surrounding Vasyl Lomachenko has left fans both curious and uncertain about what's next for the legendary fighter. Lomachenko might be stepping away from boxing for good. The Ukrainian superstar hasn't been seen in the ring since his dominant victory over George Kambosos Jr. in May this year. But now, with his retirement decision looming, the dream of seeing him face Gervonta Tank Davis seems farther away than ever.
Asking for Lomo pulling out this fight. Yeah, if you want to call it a duck, it's cool. I think it was a strategic. No, listen, it's a strategic duck. He's saying, look, I don't want to fight. It's cool. You know, oh, he ducking. But remember at 130, how many times Floyd was asked the question and they danced around it. Oh.
Right now, Lomachenko is back in Ukraine spending time with his family in a country still struggling through war, while he's been reflecting on life and everything happening around him. One thing he hasn't yet decided on is his boxing future. According to his promoter, Bob Arum, Lomachenko has set a clear deadline for himself by January 1st. He'll announce if he's going to lace up his gloves again or retire for good. That deadline is just around the corner, and boxing fans worldwide are holding their breath. Lomachenko will turn 37 in February, and his career stats speak for themselves: 18 wins, 12 by knockout, and just 3 losses. But his career hasn't just been about numbers, it's about the artistry he brings to the ring. Loma's unique footwork, speed, and ability to read opponents like an open book have made him one of the most admired boxers of this generation. Yet time waits for no one, and with each passing day, the likelihood of a mega fight between Lomachenko and Tank Davis grows dimmer.
How do you see that fight, and how does it play out now at this point?
I mean, it's a big fight, but I can see that Lomachenko's going to land a lot of shots on him, but I can also see Davison catching with the counter left or catching with some power shots because maybe Lomachenko will leave himself.
Many hoped this clash between two of the sport's most skilled fighters would happen. The matchup felt like a natural one: Loma, the tactical genius, against Tank, the powerful knockout artist. The fight would have been a spectacle, a showdown for the ages, pitting two entirely different styles against each other. But recent developments have made it clear that this dream fight is unlikely to become a reality anytime soon, if ever. One reason is Lomachenko's uncertain future. His victory over Kambosos was a reminder of the brilliance he still possesses, but his loss to Devin Haney in May 2023 left many fans debating whether Loma could still perform at the highest level. Even though some felt he deserved the win against Haney, the result didn't go his way, and it seemed to mark a turning point. Loma reclaimed some titles against Kambosos, but the question remains, does he want to keep fighting, especially when the challenges ahead are only getting tougher?
Lomachenko constantly fights these big lightweights who are they're way bigger than him. You know what I mean? He's got to outskill them to a different level. He's fighting guys in a weight class that he doesn't belong in. Well, Tank Davis is actually a former 130 pounder. We just talked about how he weighed 2 pounds less. You're getting a fight where Lomachenko is fighting a guy more his size at lightweight, which hasn't happened. I mean, the lightweights Lomachenko has been fighting have all been way too big. Every time he steps in.
Tank Davis, on the other hand, is at the peak of his career with an undefeated record of 3-0-0 and 28 knockouts. He's one of boxing's biggest stars every time Tank steps into the ring. It's an event, but Tank's focus seems to be elsewhere. He's busy dominating his division, defending his titles, and entertaining fans with his explosive power. A fight with Lomachenko, while enticing, doesn't seem to fit into Tank's immediate plans, especially with Loma's future hanging in the balance. Another factor making this matchup less likely is the business side of boxing. Promoters, contracts, and timing all play a huge role in whether fights happen. Even if Lomachenko decides to keep fighting, aligning his career trajectory with Tank's is no small task. Both fighters are on different paths, and making their schedules, weight classes, and promotional interest lineup is a massive challenge. With Tank currently defending his WBA lightweight title and eyeing other big-name opponents, a fight with Loma doesn't appear to be a priority.
He's a 36-year-old man, the extensive 300-plus amateur fights, 2 Olympic Games, Pan American Games. Y'all don't know how much it takes to do that.
Then there's the issue of age. Lomachenko is nearing 37, and while his skills are still sharp, every fighter eventually feels the effects of time. Tank, at 30, is in his prime and showing no signs of slowing down. If this fight were to happen, it would have to be soon, but with Loma's retirement decision approaching, the clock is ticking and fans are running out of time to see this dream bout come to life. The idea of Lomachenko retiring feels bittersweet, on one hand. It's hard to imagine the boxing world without his brilliance. On the other, he's given fans so many unforgettable moments that he's earned the right to walk away on his terms. If Loma does decide to step away from the sport, it will mark the end of an incredible era. But for fans hoping to see him face Tank Davis, it will also mean the end of a dream.
I'm open for the fight, but you know, boxing politics, you know, we have different promoters. Mayweather said, every time he said, hey, we have our way and forget about us. We're making money.
For now, all eyes are on January 1st. That's the day Lomachenko is set to make his big announcement. Until then, fans can only speculate about what's next for the Ukrainian legend. Will he return to the ring and chase another title, or will he decide that he's done all he can in the sport? One thing is certain, whatever Lomachenko chooses, it will have a lasting impact on boxing. As for the Tank Davis fight, it's safe to say that it's not happening anytime soon. The circumstances just don't line up, and with Lomachenko's future so uncertain, it feels like a fight that will remain in the realm of what if. Boxing fans can dream, but for now, it's clear that this matchup is one we won't be seeing, at least not in the near future.
Why y'all laughing? No, but he was, you know what I mean? It's cool. They all fight different. You know what I mean? I approach every fight different. So I don't think it helped me for them guys.
December 23rd, Gervonta Tank Davis shocked fans when he announced on social media that his upcoming fight against WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr. was canceled. This came as a surprise, especially since the fight had already been rescheduled once before. Initially set for December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, the fight was postponed without any clear explanation. Later, the date and venue were changed to March 1st, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Fans thought everything was finally settled, but Tank's sudden post created confusion. The change in venue seemed like a good move for fans, with Gervonta Davis hailing from Baltimore, Maryland, and Lamont Roach representing Washington, D.C. The Baltimore versus D.C. rivalry added an extra layer of excitement.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. You hear me?
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know, son. His father was up here shaking.
Barclays Center was a more neutral and accessible location for both fan bases. However, when Tank posted, "The fight is effing canceled" on social media, it threw everyone off guard. Fans scrambled for answers, but Tank went silent, leaving his followers in the dark. Lamont Roach responded to the announcement, making it clear he was still training and ready for the fight. He posted, "F you keep asking me for, I'm locked in, ain't expletive changed." March 1st, Brooklyn and knew his words showed that he was fully prepared and not backing down. This raised questions about whether Tank's cancellation post was a serious announcement or just frustration being vented. The Barclays Center still has the fight listed on its website, which suggests the event hasn't been officially canceled. This has led fans to speculate about the real reason behind Tank's post. One possible explanation is financial issues. Rumors have been swirling for years that PBC, the organization promoting the fight, might be facing money troubles. While PBC had a strong start when it launched in 2015, its activity has slowed down significantly in recent years. There are fewer events, and some insiders believe the organization may be running out of funds. If Tank isn't satisfied with the purse he's being offered, this could explain his frustration.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good.
Another issue could be poor communication from PBC. Despite Tank being one of their biggest stars, neither Al Heyman nor anyone from PBC has made a public statement about the fight status. Fans who have rearranged their schedules and finances to attend the event deserve clear answers. The lack of communication has left them feeling frustrated and neglected. Hardcore boxing fans are less concerned about the fight's cancellation, while the Baltimore versus DC narrative appeals to casual fans. Die-hard boxing enthusiasts see the matchup as underwhelming. Many of them were hoping for Tank to face a bigger name like Vasyl Lomachenko. However, Lomachenko's situation is uncertain.
Tank Davis called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis called
out Loma on social media.
Oh, he called Loma on social media. Well,
that's easy to do, right? Social media, I can call off.
After his close loss to Devin Haney and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, it seems like Lomachenko might be considering retirement. This has left fans wondering who Tank's next major opponent could be. Despite the uncertainty, there's still hope that the fight might happen. Lamont Roach seems fully committed, and the Barclays Center hasn't removed the event from its calendar. Tank's social media post might not be the final word on the matter. It's possible he made the post out of frustration and could change his stance later. His unpredictable nature on social media has been a talking point in the past, and this situation might be no different.
In that fight, but I do think that the fight that he should have fought should have been the Edwin De Los Santos, but
Tank or Lamont?
Tank.
Okay.
The whole ordeal has highlighted some of the challenges facing Gervonta Davis's career. With an undefeated record of 3-0-0-0 and 28 knockouts, Tank is one of the biggest names in boxing. However, some critics believe he needs to face tougher opponents to cement his legacy. The Lamont Roach fight was supposed to be a step in that direction, even if it wasn't the blockbuster matchup fans were hoping for. If the fight falls through, Tank will face even more pressure to deliver an exciting bout in the near future. Boxing fans have grown tired of the lack of transparency in situations like this. Unlike other sports, where cancellations and postponements are promptly addressed, boxing often leaves fans in limbo.
It showed that Petrarca, he can fight. And it showed that Loma not good as everybody thinks. He got 12 fights.
This lack of communication is not only frustrating but also risks alienating the sport's loyal supporters. Fans have made financial sacrifices and adjusted their personal schedules to attend this event, only to be met with silence from the organizers. The question now is whether the March 1st fight will go ahead as planned. With both fighters seemingly prepared and the venue still promoting the event, there's a chance that the cancellation heat is just a misunderstanding. If the fight happens, it will draw in both casual and hardcore fans. If it doesn't, casual fans might be disappointed, but hardcore fans will likely move on and focus on what's next for Tank. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.